committed to the 7-minute challenge and you're looking for ways in your classroom day to increase the amount that students are reading. One of the things that you need to keep in mind as you're creating these experiences is that a little bit of choice goes an incredibly long way to increasing student engagement. Now, sometimes when we start an effort and we do something like drop everything and read or some other form of sustained silent reading, we kind of open up the library to students. It's great to have some times when you do that, but to actually know how to navigate a library is a skill that is learned. And part of the 7-minute challenge is to scaffold or support that learning. So the 7-minute challenge isn't just sustained silent reading and read anything you want. The 7-minute challenge is looking for ways across the school day for increasing student choices in what they're reading. And what researchers have found out is that the choice doesn't need to be 10 books. It can even be 2 books that represent different topics. And the choices need to be related to what the students are learning. So in other words, it's not about whether you get to use a highlighter that's blue or red. It's whether you're going to read about Jane Goodall or Frida Kahlo, or about Gershwin or Louis Armstrong, or about bugs or spiders. So the choices that students get to make are important in increasing their skill at making choices. And keep remembering, when you go into a library, for those of us who are avid readers, we've already made our choices. Often before we go into the library, we know what section of the library we're going to look for. But many students, especially the ones whose reading experiences primarily occur with us in school, haven't developed those skills. So knowing how to choose a good book, an appropriate book, one that expands your knowledge base, is part of the skills that we're teaching as part of the 7-minute challenge. So not only is it a skill, but it turns out that students' agency, how I view myself as a reader, increases immensely when they get to have a little choice. So it's not just always being told you're going to read this and then you're going to answer these questions about it. It's having the opportunity to choose between this book and that book, and also having some choice about how I'm going to share what it is that I learned about that from that book.